bar hub. There we go. Exhaust is open. Okay, straight away, completely different exhaust tone. So much better. It just sounds more aggressive. Welcome to episode 3 of the Ford Raptor Ranger, build project. So I've done a 2.5 of, you sort of get an idea where we're at with our catback exhaust system that we're manufacturing. Episode 3 is going to show you the final result of where we ended up with that exhaust system. What a journey. I don't use that term lightly because we did so many different variations of that exhaust system to get it where we're absolutely happy with it. And does have to be at a price point where people are going to sit down and go, gee whiz, that's a lot of money. But you know what? It's worth it. We've also got the results of our intercooler as well. So yes, it is a bigger intercooler. In fact, it's nearly 100% larger than the factory intercooler. But we also gave you additional information for questions of why is ours better than anyone else's. I'm going to show you heat differences in the hot and the cold versus standard. We're also going to show pressure difference as well between our intercooler and the standard intercooler. So it's some pretty technical information. If you're up for that sort of stuff, this is must watch for you if you have Ford Raptor Ranger V6 twin turbo petrol. Check this out. We are doing some real testing on our intercooler for the Ford Ranger Raptor. There's the factory intercooler, just in case for those people at home who didn't know what it was. We're drilling and tapping that. We're going to measure the boost pressure drop, and we're also going to measure the temperature drop. So pressure and temperature. We're going to take that one off. Then we're putting on our prototype. We're going to measure the difference as well. We do this all the time for every intercooler that we bring out. But I thought, Raptor guys are going to love this. Need to film it. My mate Richo here is doing all the work.
So you've got the side from the turbos and you've got the side that goes out to the engine. What we do is we measure the pressure on the turbo side, and then obviously as the air passes through the measure the pressure on the out where it heads to the engine. Testing a factory one, comparing it to our Dynomotive intercooler, aftermarket intercooler. We want to see what the pressure drop is on the standard one, compare that to what is on that one.
It looks like you're holding some funky stuff in your hand there aside from the cooler, bud.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so the obviously another big factor of the intercooler is obviously to dissipate the heat. So what we've also got, a couple of thermal couplings. What they do, again, it'll go in the same spot as the as when we're measuring our pressure differential. It'll go before the intercooler and after the intercooler. That'll give us a temp reading of what's going into the intercooler. It'll also give us a temp reading of what the temperature is coming out of the intercooler. So that's a good, accurate way to measure exactly how efficient the intercooler is at dissipating the heat from the hot side to the cold side. Do this on this standard intercooler, then again with our Dynomotive intercooler, compare the differences.
There you have it. So he's about to back it on the dyno, and yeah, we'll do some runs and show you some data. How good. After that, you can buy it. Yeah, you should do that. All right, Richo, I notice factory intercooler in. You've got some vac lines here.
And what we want to do is we want to measure how much pressure drop there is between the two end tanks. So we've got the two hoses connected. The black one is before, so the turbo side, which is map sensor 1. Blue hose is map sensor 2, and that's measuring the after pressure once the pressurized air has been through the cooler.
So I was talking to Robbie about the difference in size.
Yep.
And it's nearly 100% larger in the tank than the factory one. And then obviously plus the end tanks.
Yeah, I can see that. I'd relate it to like white man porno, black man porno is probably the best way. In fact, I recommend you market it like that. Sell heaps. Maybe. Let me get that top hose first, hey?
Bobby,
Hello.
you're just going over the data from our Raptor dyno figures there, and we're talking about pressure drops. Where are we
The
at?
DM intercooler.
Yeah.
So if we just look at the pressure drops, look, the standard intercooler is really good as far as temperature drops. Sorry, pressure drops, not temperature. So you can see the standard cooler had sort of 1.3 psi to 1.8 psi. We're sort of 1 psi to 0.8. But again, it's a bit of a trick with pressure drop, because obviously if we have no pressure drop, it means we might as well, it's like having a straight pipe. So there's no restriction. So normally the internal finning and the cooling effect is going to give you a pressure drop. If we, it's pretty impossible to build an intercooler with zero pressure drop. If you have, basically all you've got is a straight bit of pipe with no internal fins or passages for the air to actually cool through.
So I'm just walking down to the dyno cell to see the difference between the factory intercooler cooling and the Dynomotive one. The boys are just talking behind me right there because they've measured everything. So I don't want to interrupt them. I'm going to have a look, see what the data says. Pretty excited about this one. What's before and what's after?
70s before, after.
Perfect. How did you go, bud?
Yeah, it looks really promising. So, yeah, pressure drops, 1 psi sort of thing, at 25 pounds. So like on the power map, temperatures is where it's really good. Looked like standard, it was pulling about 50 degrees difference across the, so it was like 110 to 60 on the out.
Yep.
So about 50 degree difference on the standard intercooler. With our intercooler, it was like 80, 85 degrees temperature drop across it. So you know, it's like 110 degrees on the in, but only 40 or something, 50 on the way out.
G'day guys, here it is with that Raptor exhaust system 3-inch dual. Sorry, Richo. He's Richo just behind me. He's actually wiring it in the bimodals because all your drive modes are still going to work. Now this is a final version of our exhaust system with our mufflers, with our center resonators in it as well. I'll flip the camera around so you can have a bit of a look. This is a very first production one that we've got. We're going to be testing this and putting it through its paces as well. So I'll show you some clips of that in a minute. But anyway, what do you reckon so far, Richo?
Yeah, no, it's a good thing, mate.
Good thing?
Yeah, we'll throw in the dyno and give it a bit of a tune up, see where we're at with that as well.
Excellent, I can't wait. So we'll put those results up. So this is a continuation of episode 2.5. We're on episode 3 now. This is the final exhaust system. It's going to be available soon for sale. So check it out. What a better way to film a test of our Ford Raptor Ranger kit than taking it out on a siding lap for the Pines Enduro 2023 here in South Australia. So we got the Raptor. This has got the stage 3 package set up on it, which still isn't on the internet. It's coming soon. And we thought, why not seize the opportunity, take the Raptor out, put it through its paces, and see exactly how our kit holds up to an off-road enduro siding lap. It's not just any siding lap either. We've got a pretty cool pilot who's going to be driving it. I'm going to be sitting in the back seat. We've got co-pilot Nigel who's going to be taking care of navigation, so I'm pretty excited. We've travelled all this way to do a siding lap in that. Watch it.
Oh. Hit the go button, it's hot in here.
Where is it?
Where your key normally go?
Oh, geez, auto. I haven't driven one of those.
Just introduce ourselves.
Oh, Matt Hansen.
Obviously we've already met Nige, and we're out to do a siding lap. I'm excited to hear the feedback from the guys in the front. This isn't really so much about me, it's about the opinion of Matt here and Nigel.
Ready? Go.
Oh god, you gotta think it's got 5 blokes in it, a full tank of fuel.
Right two. 400 metres, next corner.
400, yeah.
Right two.
It's just, I knew this thing was good driving it on the road, but then you driving it out here and experiencing all these narrow corners in the wet, 4-wheel drive sliding and things, it feels so freaking capable.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like 90% of the owners will never appreciate what this car can do.
This event, to give some context, like of a national event, this is the fastest average speed of any national. So this is a fast track.
I mean, it's intense, eh? Like,
you're going through pine forest, especially like it's not wet this weekend, but normally you're doing 200 k an hour through pine forest, and you're just trying to keep it straight with the turn brake. It's pretty nuts.
coming from the 2012 National Off-Road Australian Champion.
There you go. So when people ask, do we test our exhaust systems, do we test our kits? The answer is 100% yes, we do. Before. I mean, the exhaust system's still on it, everything still works, all the functionality's still there, tune's still on it, absolutely no drum. With our Dynomotive full exhaust system on it. Let's hear the cold start, hey? And it's got our Dynomotive bimodal 3-inch system on it, which is all integrated with the factory switches, so you don't lose any of that functionality. So this is quiet. For quiet mode, I really like it because it does exactly that. It's really, you know, quiet. It's still got personality behind it. It's certainly not like the factory exhaust system. I'll give it a little bit of curry and we'll just see what it sounds like. Okay, so I don't imagine you're going to be driving like that in the quiet mode anyway, because quiet mode's obviously for, you know, just puttering around first thing in the morning. You know, if you're in a neighbourhood or something like that, you don't want to show off. Everyday driving, you're trying to conserve fuel, you're going to be using light throttle, you're not going to be revving the guts out of it. And if you are, you're in the wrong mode. While I'm here, I'm going to put it in Baja. There we go. Exhaust is open. Okay, straight away, completely different exhaust tone. So much better. It just sounds more aggressive, deeper tone to it, but it gets rid of that high-pitched tinniness they have from factory when you're in that Baja mode. So it's really light throttle. Once again, I'm going to go full throttle in Baja. Let's see how we go. So I guess that gives you a bit of an idea, you know, of what it sort of sounds like. It's so hard doing videos and then, you know, trying to explain it. It's like, how do I say it sounds tough? How do I say it sounds good? It's got a really nice sort of raspy note to it. It takes what I think the factory were trying to do and trying to achieve and makes it better. Obviously that comes at a price point. This isn't cheap. I've crunched the numbers so many different times trying to work out a way of making this an affordable upgrade, and it's not cheap at all. It's not the most expensive exhaust that we offer, but it truly is getting up there with all the costs, the custom flanges and everything that we need to actually make this system work. There it is there. So I'm going to do the drive-by. So he's in the stock mode right now. We go past in stock, then he's going to put it in Baja, and he's going to drive past again. So drive-by, Ford, Raptor. Here we go. Okay, so that was in the stock mode, drive past, at the speed limit, having a listen to what it sounds like. So once again, on the outside of the car, I think we've done a really good job. Put it on stocky. Alright, now I'm going to get him to put it on Baja. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. So, any questions, anything at all, track us down on social media. Fire away. You can ask questions on YouTube. I'm pretty shit at getting back to them though. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.